Hi everyone, my name is Mary and welcome back to Quinn Ink. Today is Saturday Granny and this is going to be Granny Leaves. So today in this video we are going to be making these cute granny squares with leaves on them. This was initially my first one. It turned out a little strange to me, so I ended up changing the color to brown. And instead of doing a little curve that I did right here, I decided to make it go straight instead. So without further ado, if you have not scrolled down and hit that like button to let me know that you're enjoying this video, don't forget to do that. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more tutorials such as this one and others I'm going to do in the future. And so let's get into the tutorial on how to do the granny leaves. Alrighty, so the tools that you're going to need for your Saturday granny leaves are going to be a pair of scissors, a crochet hook. I have an H8 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, a yarn needle with a large eye hole so I can sew in all my strings, and I also have a stitch marker in case you need one of those. Alright, so the yarn that you're going to need is going to be, and you're not going to need very much, this is going to be Red Heart and it's in the color of green. I also have this one in the background. This one is also going to be Red Heart, and this one is going to be in the color yellow. And then the last one I have is also going to be Red Heart, and this one I believe was called Mocha, but I'm not sure. It's a lighter brown color compared to the Cafe one, which is a darker brown. So this is going to be the color of your leaf. Alright, now that we know the tools, let's get into the tutorial. Alrighty, so the first color you're going to be using is going to be your brown color, and you're going to want to make a slip knot. So wrap your yarn around your fingers, put that yarn behind the loop, and then put your hook in between the loop and the new loop and pull tight. And once you have your loop, we're going to do a foundation single crochet of 10. So you're going to yarn over and pull through to make a chain. You're going to make a chain of 2, just like this. And then you're going to go back into that very first chain that you made from the beginning of the round. Put your hook in there, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first loop to make a chain, then yarn over and pull through both loops to make a single crochet. You're always working on the bottom of your work. These 2 loops are the ones that you're now going to go back into. And you're going to grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and chain 1, 2 more loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. So I just made 2. I'll be back when I have 10. Alrighty, when you have 10 foundation single crochets, you're going to flip your work upwards, and then you're also going to chain 1, and we're going to start on the leaf. So this one is going to be your leaf. In that very first stitch, you're going to put 2 single crochets all into that stitch. So you're going to go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. You want 2 of them all into that same stitch. Into your next stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Do 1 more half double crochet into that same stitch. Into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. You're going to put 2 more double crochets all into that stitch, or you're going to put 1 more double crochet all into that stitch, and then into your next stitch you're going to put 2 more double crochets. So altogether you should have 4 double crochets into 2 stitches. Into the next 2 stitches, we're going to do treble crochets. So you're going to yarn over twice, like this. Go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, and pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. You want 1 more into that same stitch, so yarn over twice. Go back into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You want 2 more into the next stitch. Okay. So that is what your pattern should look like so far. Into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 more double crochets. So we're going to pretty much do the same pattern as we did over here, but now we're going to go backwards. So 2 double crochets into that same stitch. Into the next stitch, 2 double crochets. Into the next stitch, you want to do 2 half double crochets. And into your very last stitch, you want to put 2 single crochets. Alrighty, so we are back, and I wanted to zoom in because I don't think you guys can see this, so that way you can see better. So now that you have finished the 2 single crochets, sorry about that, I scratched myself, you're now going to put 3 single crochets, and we're going to be working on the bottom of our work. So put 3 single crochets all into that stitch as we turn our work, moving to the bottom of it. So that's 2. And this one is now 3. Okay, and so now whatever we did on the top, we're now going to do on the bottom. So now that you have your 2 single crochets plus your 3rd one in the middle, that helps you turn the corner. You're now going to put 2 half double crochets in there. And I'm going to sew my yarn tail right into my work, or I'm going to crochet my yarn tail right into my work. So 2 half double crochets, and into your next spacing you're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay, and then into the next spacing, this one right here, you're going to put 2 more double crochets in there. And 2. And then into these 2 little spacings right here, you're going to put 2 treble crochets into each of them. Oops, so you're going to yarn over twice, and then go into your stitch, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Hold on, there's the hair. And then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay. Then you're going to do that one more time into that same space. And then into the next one, you're going to put 2 treble crochets. And your work right here is going to flop back and forth, so sorry about that. And then into the next spacing, you're going to put 2 double crochets. It's because you're increasing into every single stitch, so it's kind of curling, as you can see. And then into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. And then into your next stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochets. And then finally into this very last stitch right here, you're going to put 3 single crochets because we put 2 on the top. We want to make sure that we can turn that corner, so 3 single crochets all into that spacing. You are going to have a hole, but that's okay. And then once you get to your first stitch from the beginning of the round, put it under both of the bars, and you're going to slip stitch. So you yarn over and pull through, and you're going to pull through. And at this point, this is what your leaf is going to look like, and you're going to cut your yarn. And then you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through and tighten. Okay, so that's what your leaf looks like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a granny square. Okay, so for this one I pulled out a little bit. So now you're going to grab your yellow yarn and those 3 single crochets that you did on the top right here. What we're going to do is we're going to put it into this stitch right here. So if you look in close, you'll have 1 and 2. You'll skip those 2 single crochets, and into the third one right here on the top, that's where you're going to put your that's where you're going to connect your yellow yarn. Okay, and this is where you're going to have your corner piece. So you're going to have 4 corners. One's going to be at the top right here where the treble crochets were. Another one is going to be at the bottom where these 2 treble crochets are, and then your next corner is going to be at the other side of your leaf. Okay, so you're going to put your hook into that stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. And then we're going to chain 1, and in this same stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 1, and into the next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. This is going to give you your corner piece right at the very top, and it's going to look something like that. And so in the original one, this is what the leaf pattern is going to, so in the original one, this is what your leaf pattern is going to look like. It's going to be slanted within the granny square. All right, so now we're going to start doing the granny square pattern. So you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into your third stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. I tried to do the 3 double crochets. I felt it was a little cramped, so I decided to do 2 double crochets. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the third one you're going to put 2 more double crochets. So we're going to be working as a side here, and then once we get to the 4, the 4 treble crochets, we're going to want these 2 stitches on the very top. My bad. So there are your 4 treble crochets, and the 2 in the middle are what we're looking for. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, and into this top of this treble crochet you're going to put you're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1, and into the next treble crochet right next to it you're going to put 2 more double crochets to start making your corner piece, or your little corner for your granny square. Okay, and then you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the third one you're going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. I keep forgetting that the camera is right here and not over here. Okay, and then you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the third one you're going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and then we are coming up closer to the top here, so we want this stitch right here. So you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into that third stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. and then you are going to chain 1, and into that next double crochet or single crochet right there, you're going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. It's not going to be perfectly on the top, but it will be centered the best that it can be. And then you're going to turn your work, and now you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch right here you're going to put 2 double crochets. 2, skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd you're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay, and then we are looking for those 4 treble crochets right here, and we want these 2 in the middle, and it looks like we're going to have to skip 3 stitches to get to it, and that is okay. So we're going to skip all 3 stitches. So you're going to skip 1, 2, and 3, and into the 4th one you're going to put a double crochet, and then another double crochet all into that stitch, and that's okay. We're going to skip it, then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put 2 more double crochets into the 2nd stitch. Okay, 1 more, and then there we go, and this is what it's starting to look like. I think it looks really good. And then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets. And then in this one we're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd one we are going to put 2 double crochets. And at the very end here you're going to have to skip 3 stitches to slip stitch. Okay, so you'll skip this one, and this one, and then you're going to slip stitch on the top right here. So you're going to go into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And that is what your granny square is starting to look like. Okay, so we are now working on row number 2 for this granny square. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up chaining 1, turning my work, and going right into that spacing for 2 double crochets. At this point you can put 3 double crochets in there if you would like. I kept going with the 2 double crochets because I thought it looked really good. So 2 double crochets into the next spacing, 2 double crochets into the next spacing, and then into the chain 1 spacing I put 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets all into that spacing. Okay, so I am going to do this all the way around, and I'll meet you right back here at the very beginning in just a few moments. Alrighty, so I made it all the way around. Once you get to the beginning, you're just going to find that very first stitch from the beginning of the round, and you're going to slip stitch, yarn over, and pull through, and pull through. So what you're going to do is put your crochet on the table, find your 4 points like this, and you're going to stretch them out. You can also block this. I ended up doing another row to get that granny square I was looking for. So I ended up doing actually 3 rows to get the granny square that I was wanting. So I'm going to do 1 more row of this yellow, and then we're going to move on to the green. So in order to start your 3rd row, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to put 2 double crochets all into that spacing. And then into the very top right here, you're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets all into that corner spacing. So every corner gets 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. And then of course into every spacing that is not a corner, you get 2 double crochets. I will meet you all the way back around in just a few moments, and then we will change to the green. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, so I made it all the way back around, and now all you have to do is find the very last stitch from the beginning of the round, put your hook in there, yarn over and pull through to make a slip stitch, just like that. And then at this point, you can cut your yarn. If you'd like, you can do a few more rounds to make it bigger, or you can leave it the way that it is. I'm going to stretch this out. So there we go. That is what the granny square leaf looks like. Okay, and so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your green yarn, and we're going to put a little spine in the middle of our leaf, just like I did on the other one. Okay, so you're gonna wanna make a slip knot for your green yarn. So wrap your yarn around your fingers, put that yarn behind the loop, and go put your hook into the loop like this, and then pull tight. And then I like to pull my yarn so I can make that loop a little tighter. Okay, so once you have your loop, what we're gonna do is I am gonna go in through this brown stitch right there on the very top, and then stack shoal stitch. And then I'm gonna put my hook in there, and then I'm gonna put my green yarn onto my hook, and I'm gonna pull through. Then I'm gonna move, actually, I'm sorry, you have to do this from the bottom. So you can put your hook back into that stitch, turn your work over, and then put your green yarn onto your hook, and then pull up that loop. And you are going to be working on the bottom, so you'll go through the spacings like this, and you'll yarn over from the bottom and pull up and pull through. And then I'm gonna turn my work because I want to go that way, not this way. Actually, we can go that way because this is going to be the stem, so we'll just go this way. So if you're wanting to make a stem, you'll just put your hook into the next spacing right here. Okay, and your yarn is on the back, so you'll yarn over and pull through, and then you'll start to make that stem. I didn't like the stem on the other one because it looked a little funny, so I'm going to go into the next spacing right here, and I'm just going to grab my yarn and pull through, and then that is what the stem looks like. I think that looks really good. And then when you're done with your stem, I'm actually going to go through this stitch right here, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through, because I want it to connect and not come apart. And then I'm going to cut my yarn, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through and tighten. And that looks really good. So now we're going to turn our work, and I want to work in this direction, making a stem. So now I'm going to go back into that spacing, make a new slip knot, and I'm going to put that onto my hook like this, and then I'm going to pull through and my yarn is always on the bottom like this. So when you go into a spacing, you can always turn your work, yarn over onto your hook like this, and then pull the yarn through. And if it's too tight, pull tighter, and then pull through that loop. Okay. And then we'll do it again. We'll go through this spacing right here, yarn over, pull through to the front, and then pull right through. And I know the hook's in the way, but that's what it's going to start to look like. And it doesn't look like it's connected, but that's okay, we will connect it. Okay, so you'll do that again through this spacing. So you're looking for the spacings. You're going to turn your work over. You're going to grab it from the back and pull through, and then pull through like this. Okay, so I'll find the next spacing, turn my work, grab my yarn, pull through, and then I'm going to pull through just like this. Might be easier to do it like this instead. Pull through, pull through, pull through, pull through, turn your work over, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. One more time. Yarn over, pull through. So you have 2 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through. Or an easier way might be to try and fiddle and find the yarn like this. So put your hook through that spacing, yarn over, and pull through. Eventually you will pick it up. You have your last one up here, which is okay. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through and pull through. And that is what it's going to look like. And then we're going to go through this brown stitch at the top, and I'm going to grab my yarn and pull through and pull through just like this. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut my yarn, and then I'm going to grab this yarn piece in the back like this, pull down on my loop, yarn over, and I'm going to tighten. And then as for this one right here, just pull that stitch out like so, just like I just did. Pull out that stitch, and it actually connects real nicely like this. And then you'll just block your granny square, and this is what it will look like. And then don't forget to sew your strings in. Okay, this one looks a little funny. Excuse me. We could probably pull it from the back. So like this. You'll pull in your stitches so that way they're not so tight. And I'm pulling them through the back. Here we go. And so then that way, that's what your leaf looks like, and it's nice and connected. And this is your yarn tail, so it looks a little funny, but there you go. That is the granny square leaf. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna put a nice little border on the outside of it, but we're gonna use yellow to kind of tie it off. So go ahead and grab your yellow yarn. I didn't do this with the other one because I was just testing it out. So just grab your yellow yarn. And with this one, you're going to find a corner piece right here. Okay? And you're going to connect your yarn right into here. and you're going to tie your work right into that corner space. And for this one, we're going to do half double crochets. So you're going to put your hook back into that spacing, pull up a loop, chain 1. And because this is a corner space, we're actually going to put 3 single crochets into this corner space. So 1, whoops, 2, and 3. So every corner space that I have right here, I'm just going to put 3 single crochets, and for the rest of them, I'm going to do half double crochets. So 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet into each of the stitches, and into the spacings, a half double crochet. So you'll have 2 half double crochets into your space, into your stitches like this, and then when you get to your spacing, you'll put a half double crochet right into there, just like this. And I think that will bring the whole granny square together. So I'm going to do this all the way around my granny square, and when I'm done, I will be back shortly, okay? Alrighty, I didn't make it all the way back around, but I forgot that we had put the green yarn in between a corner space. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put I'm going to put a single crochet, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put a single crochet on the other side of the green, just like this. And that way I think it'll look much better and alleviate, because I forgot that in the corner space right here, you put 3 single crochets. Well, I'm like, how am I supposed to do that when we connected the green into that corner space? So that alleviates that. So 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet on both sides. You'll have a single crochet. So I'll do that again for you. So there's the single crochet, okay? And then you'll just chain 1, move the yarn tail, move the green, and go right on the other side of the green. And then you're going to make that single crochet just like that. Okay, and then you'll just keep going with the half double crochets. I am almost done. I'll meet you back in just a moment. Alrighty, so I made it all the way back around, and all I'm going to do is slip stitch into that first single crochet from the beginning of the round, yarn over and pull through, and then I'm going to cut my yarn. I'm going to yarn over and pull through and tighten. And this is what your granny leaf should look like. Alrighty, so everyone, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this Saturday granny leaf. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials such as this one and others I'm going to do in the future. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this actually made you feel good. All right, bye-bye, everyone.